Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to life behind the sticks. I hope you're doing well today. And what I thought I would do is trying to solve a problem that you might have when you're uploading files through the interwebs, internet, that internety thingy bobber. A lot of the time what you'll find when you render files is the file size kind of gets out of control depending on what you're doing with it, mostly for YouTube, but it can be for all kinds of stuff. And so I'm going to show you a technique that I've been using for a while to deal with those files that are a little bit too high to upload to, say, YouTube or wherever you upload your content, Twitter, whatever. I had to reduce those down. Hope you're going to enjoy it. Let's do it. So if you really want to speed up your upload speed to something like YouTube, then you have to have a look. One of the things that you will have to have a look at is your file size. Obviously your internet connection is a key thing, but if you've got files that are 5-10 gigs, it's going to take forever to upload. And yeah, your file size is going to be affected largely by the amount of different things that you add to your video, the base size of your video, etc., how you record, what quality you record in, all kinds of stuff. So this is something I've run into a lot recently, especially with the Xbox 360 Flashbacks series, because I add a whole lot of graphics and text and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, the file size just seems to blow out a little. So I'm going to show you a program called Handbrake today, and the reason I'm talking about pineapples is it actually has a pineapple in its logo. Handbrake's available for both Windows and Mac users, so that's a good thing, and it's completely free. Very easy program to use, but it will get you a bind if you're having these issues, or you just want to compress your file size down a little bit and not lose the quality of your images. So we're going to go across to Davinci Resolve now, and we will show you how the process works. Davinci Resolve, and you can see this is my dark void video, which I published a week or so ago. And you can see there's lots and lots of stuff going on here. You can see all these things here are text. There's a logo in here. If you wanted to put graphics in there, you could, but every time you add something, it's going to increase the file size fairly significantly. So I want to just quickly show you the original file. So the original file that I added into Davinci Resolve before I done any editing is a file size of 4.66 gigs. And once I added everything I needed to add and rendered it, it ended up at a file size of 7.65 gigs. So that's fairly substantial amount of stuff to upload to YouTube. And so what I generally do, or what I've got into the habit of doing with these bigger files, is that I use a program called Handbrake, and that Handbrake software allows me to shrink that file size down to a manageable size so that it uploads to YouTube at least quicker than something like an 8 gig file. So we're going to show you that today, and it's a pretty straightforward software to use, and I think it'll be extremely useful if you're having this issue with your file sizes being too large. This is Handbrake. It's pretty simple. You can see there's not much to it, and you're probably looking at this going, I don't know what to do, G4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that final rendered file from my other screen, and I'm going to drag it across. Here we go. And basically drag and drop it, just like that, and you can see it works. And there it is. There's the file there. And what it's saying here is it's Dark Void Xbox 360 Flashback, 920 by 1080, 59.94, so 60 frames per second. And to convert it into a compressed file, all you need to do is just hit the start button. Now you can set where you want your files to go down the bottom here by just hitting the browse button, and you can just figure out where you want the finished file to go. But the main thing is here is the presets, and the presets will be allow you to choose whatever size of file you want to render it. So there's a whole lot of presets here, and you know, you can do different file renders, all kinds of stuff, 1080 at 30, 2160, all kinds of stuff. I generally use this one, so I'll go to the second one, web, and then I go down to Vimeo YouTube HQ 1080 60 frames. That's a 264 bitrate, and yeah, it does compress the file right down quite nicely. So we click on that, so that's chosen, and all we have to do is hit the start button, and you'll see down here it'll do a scan, and then it'll start to render, and then it's a case of just waiting, and it'll tell you the percentage of the file and how long it's going to take. Now, the larger files are going to take quite a while to render, so we'll come back when it's finished, and I'll show you what file size we actually end up achieving. The file was finally rendered. It took about half an hour, and that will vary depending on your system. And you can see the file size is at 2.33 now, which is about, I guess, around about an 80% reduction in size, which is pretty significant. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we will copy that over and get it uploaded to YouTube. So there you go, guys. There is Handbrake. Hopefully it'll help you if you're having this issue and you want to get your uploads happening quicker and reduce your file size without losing any clarity or any kind of quality to your videos. If it did help, let me know down in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is turned on, and a like rating is always appreciated. And we'll catch you next time on Life Behind the Sticks. See ya!